Yo, Memphis really tried to get into the Big 12, bro. They sent $200 million. Like, yo, please let us in, man. Look, it's not a bad thing, bro. I mean, especially when you're trying to attract more recruits. The bigger conference you in, the better it is. Obviously, Big 12, we see it obviously is on the up and up. We know the parity that's in the conference, right? Obviously, Arizona State was picked last year, or one of the least favorite teams to obviously win. They ended up winning it, right? You obviously look at all the teams that can beat each other on any given Saturday. I mean, the Big 12 is lit, right? Is it SEC lit? No. Is it Big 10 lit? No. But at the same time, Big 12 still has formidable teams. So I don't blame them from trying to join it. Obviously, last year they had a really good year, making the AAC championship called the American Conference now. That obviously rebranded. But shout out to them for trying to get in. But the Big 12 basically was like, yeah, we ain't interested in y'all. Y'all keep that over there, over that way. I was like, dang. Over like $250 million they sent, or trying to get in to buy in. But remember, like, trying to get into a conference, y'all, you obviously have to ask. You obviously have to get invited in order to be in, and you have to pay the membership fee. So I think it's good for Memphis. I think they just want to expand outside of the American Conference, and I think they want to be on a bigger platform. And there's nothing wrong with that. And they're a program that's been budding in the right, progress. And think about the Big 12 and how good it is in basketball, too. Obviously, with Memphis, we know they've had some recruiting violations and different things like that. But at the same time, that would have been big for the basketball brand, too. And here's a little bit more context from Brett McMurphy, says Big 12 not interested in adding Memphis despite school offering $250 million in sponsorship to the league. Sources told On3 Sports. Memphis was trying to buy way into the Big 12. Yahoo first reported Memphis trying to get a Big 12 invite. So yeah, man, kind of crazy to think about. I definitely thought, I was like, well, Memphis getting in, that'd be good for the Big 12, another team, more parity to the conference, but obviously not interested. But the interesting kind of thing with this is they didn't want to accept Memphis, but they wanted to accept Cincinnati. And my question there is, like, what is the major difference? Now, Cincinnati, obviously, way back in the day, they played in different conferences and things like that. Obviously, they continue to grow their brand and, been in the bigger brands when it comes to hoops in football. But what's the big difference between Cincinnati and Memphis? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I want to hear from Cincinnati faithful, Bearcat Nation. I want to hear from, obviously, Memphis faithful as well. But is there that precipitous of a drop-off between Memphis and Cincinnati? Is it the revenue, potentially? Is Cincinnati could generate more revenue with their football team? Is it because they're on a bigger scale? Because they are a team that has been in the American, that they've been doing their thing. A few years back, obviously made the college football playoff, and things like that. But is Cincinnati, or would you guys consider Cincinnati a bigger brand than Memphis? It's definitely interesting to say the least. But I think you're going to see definitely more of this. Obviously, more teams obviously trying to go to the Pac-12 too. That could be maybe something. Nah, that wouldn't be something for Memphis. Memphis is all the way on the East Coast. Never mind. But maybe teams out further west would be interesting for the Pac-12. To try to get into a power conference. It's just interesting. To say the least, man. But Memphis denied. But comment down below what y'all think of this, man. And what conference should Memphis try to go into after getting denied? Should they try the ACC? Right? Should they try, obviously, another conference? To kind of try to get some more of that, obviously, fame and obviously playing on a higher level? Y'all let me know in the comments.